But let me ask you a question, and really think about this. What about your personal agenda, your personal mission in life? Do you know what it is? And do you know exactly what kind of life you want to live? And do you know how long you want to live? And do you know how healthy you want to be? And what kind of relationships do you want to have? And do you know how fully you want to live out your faith? And when you die, do you know what kind of legacy you want to leave? The opposite of being busy is, for one thing, giving your body the exercise it so badly needs. And we're neglecting that in our culture today. The opposite of being busy is eating and drinking things that are good for you, that will fuel your one and only body. The opposite of being busy is taking time for yourself. Taking time for yourself for prayer and reflection and meditation and being alone in nature. And the opposite of being busy is taking time to be with your family and to take care of your family. So if these are good things, the opposite of being busy, I went to the dictionary to look up the definition of busy, and I specifically went to Webster to look at synonyms. What are words that mean busy? I want to go through some of those with you. So these are words right out of the dictionary, what it means to be busy. So if that's what busy is, then what is not busy? What's the opposite of busy? Well, according to the dictionary, not busy is idle. Not busy is inactive. Not busy is unoccupied. Not busy is lazy. And I would venture to say, in an organization where somebody's idle, inactive, unoccupied, and lazy, they're probably going to be unemployed. And if they're not, if they're idle, inactive, unoccupied, lazy, then they're for sure unengaged. So this is the dictionary's definition of not busy. But I want to propose a different definition, one that I like a lot more, that I want to share with you. I think the definition of not busy, and the thing I want you to take away from this meeting is, not busy is living your life, your one and only life, on purpose, according to your priorities, to a destination that you've set, through a commitment to balance and growth. I want to repeat that. Not busy is living your life on purpose according to your priorities, to a destination that you've set, through a commitment to balance and growth. And on your wheel, write down your top 6 priority areas of life on each spoke. So for me, spirituality is number 1, health is number 2, relationships are number 3, emotional health is number 4, professional and financial. Put the titles for your priorities on your wheel. Then, on your wheel, put a mark on each spoke that corresponds with the score you gave yourself. So for example, I give myself about an 8.5 on spirituality. I'm better than I used to be, but I'm not where I want to be. Health, I'm about a 9. Relationships, I'm really low. I'll tell you about that. Emotional, professional, financial. Do the same thing on your wheel. Put a dot that represents where that is on a 0 to 10. And then connect the dots. And by connecting the dots, you'll get a graphical illustration of your life and how balanced or out of balance it might be. And I want to camp out a bit on my circle. I mentioned earlier that I'm working harder now probably than I ever have in my life. Yet I have my profession, my work, as my 5th priority. That I put more time and more energy into that than anything else. But I believe if I'm really good, strong, growing closer to God spiritually, if my physical health is great, if I have great relationships in all directions of my life, and if I'm thinking clearly, if I have really good emotional health, then I can't help but be really, really good at work. And by the way, if all those things are going really well, then the money's going to take care of itself. So I want to point out again, I don't have work as as my fifth priority is I don't do much of it. I do a lot of it. But I believe that having the rest of my life well balanced and growing sets me up in a way that the work and the finances will take care of themselves. So I'd like you to pick one person in the room and spend a few minutes to share with him or her your priorities, your ratings, and your circle, and talk a bit about the one area that's the lowest in your life. I like to say that personal discipline leads to personal freedom. Think about that. Personal discipline leads to personal freedom. If you have the personal discipline to take care of your health, then you're more likely to be free of illness. If you have the personal discipline to take care of your finances, you're more likely to be free of financial bondage. If you have the personal discipline to be a good husband or good wife and take care of your relationships, you're going to have the freedom of not getting divorced or having your kids hate you or whatever. Sometimes the most powerful word in our vocabulary is no. N-O, no. We need to learn to say no. And every time we say no, it creates room in our lives to say yes to something more important. So on your circle of life, look at that one area that's most out of balance. I'm sure each of you have one area or more in your lives that are not where you'd like to have them. Your objective in life, and I really believe this, your objective in life, if you're being honest about your priorities, should be to live a life that is both balanced and growing in each of your priority areas. And to me, that's the key point of this message. And it's absolutely how I live my life and how I coach people. You want a life that is balanced and growing against your priorities. And the working towards your priorities, both at work and at home, that'll by itself eliminate this problem of busyness. So, not busy is good. Not busy people set goals. And not busy people set goals to grow in their life priorities. Not busy people write down their goals and they make them SMART. I'm sure you've heard of SMART goals. Can anybody tell me what they are? S is specific. And there's several different definitions of SMART. I'll give you mine. For me, S is specific. M is measurable. A is action-oriented. I like goals to drive some kind of action. R is realistic. And T is time-based. Specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-based. So if you will, flip over your page. You're probably already there. And you'll see the SMART acronym at the top. And I want you to take a minute and write down 2 SMART goals that you will achieve between now and the end of March, which is just over 10 weeks, that will improve your score on that one priority area where you're the weakest on your wheel. Being busy is easy. It happens all by itself. Lazy people are busy. Scared people are busy. Average people are busy. We shouldn't settle for that. We shouldn't settle for being lazy or scared or average. We can do better than that. High performers in life, regardless of what they do for a living, and even if they're retired, they don't settle for being busy. They instead are living their lives, their one and only lives, on purpose toward a better future. High performers know that the best kind of life, the absolute best kind of life, is a life that is balanced and growing according to their unique set of priorities. And they're also optimistic. High-performing people are optimistic, knowing that the best is yet to come. Guys, I want to start a movement, and I'd like your help. When people ask me these days how I'm doing, instead of saying I'm busy, which is what everybody always says, I don't say I'm busy. I say I'm fantastic, working on some really cool projects. I really do that. And when I say that, I feel different. It somehow empowers me, and it makes me feel like I'm living my life on purpose towards something. And by the way, the words that we use, they matter. Our vocabulary, they can change our lives. So when people ask you how you're doing, instead of saying I'm busy, say I'm fantastic, working on some really cool projects. So can we practice that? Yeah. All right. Hey, how you doing? I'm fantastic. We're working on some really cool projects. You can do better than that. All right, with energy. Hey, how you doing? Yay, good job. All right, I love you guys. God bless you. Thank you very much. I hope you'll take this home and put some use to it. Bye-bye.